The question says the angles of elevation of the top of a TV tower from three different points A, B, and C in a straight line through the foot of the tower are alpha, 2 alpha, and 3 alpha, respectively. If AB is equal to x, then the height of the tower is. So basically, no numerical values have been given here. It's all about variables, right? Three angles have been given from three different points of observation. What are the angles? Alpha, 2 alpha, and 3 alpha. All these three angles are the angles of elevation for the top of a TV tower. So let us understand the diagram here. This is the ground, and let's say this is the top of a TV tower. I mean, this is the TV tower basically. This is the ground, and this is the tower T. You can take any variable there. I'm taking it as T. Now, from three different points, let's say this is point A, point B, and point C. Sorry, point 1, point 2, and point 3, or A, B, C, whichever way you call it. The angles of elevation have been given. The point to be noted here is, he says the angle of elevation from point A is alpha, angle of elevation from point B is 2 alpha, and angle of elevation from point C is 3 alpha. So if you see, angles of elevations are increasing. So the question that arises is, which of these points are, I mean, is like A, B, C or C, B, A? Are you able to follow? There are two possibilities. This can be taken as A, B, C, or maybe the first point is C, second point is B, and the third point is A. How do you decide which is correct? The sequence A, B, C is correct. It cannot be C, B, A. Because if you observe, from A it is alpha, from B it is 2 alpha, and from C it is 3 alpha. See, the angle is maximum from C. When is the angle maximum, or when is the angle? If you observe, the angles are increasing. Alpha becomes 2 alpha, 2 alpha becomes 3 alpha. It is increasing, right? Angle of elevation is increasing means what? You are coming closer to the tower. I have discussed this point very clearly in the video. Whenever you come closer to the object, the angle of elevation increases. This is like a typical movie theater example, right? When you are watching a movie in a theater, when you are at the last row, when you are sitting in the last row, you can watch it comfortably. But the moment you keep coming forward, you have to lift your head. You have to look at the screen. So closer you are to the screen, greater will be the angle of elevation. Yes or no? Let's say, imagine you are sitting in the first row, the very first row after the screen. You'll have to almost lift your head on top and watch the movie, right? But as you keep going back, the angle of elevation comes down, right? The angle at which you have elevated your neck will start coming down. So that point you have to keep in mind, right? So A, B, C clearly are in this sequence. So from A, the angle of elevation is alpha. So let me just draw the line of sight. This is the first line of sight. This is the second line of sight, and the third line of sight. So this is alpha, this is 2 alpha, and this is 3 alpha. All right. Now, what else is given to us? If AB is equal to x, this length is given as x. AB is equal to x. Is asking us to find out the height of the tower. Let us assume the height of the tower is h. H is equal to what is the question? All right. Let us first of all take the triangle AGT. Triangle AGT. What do you see here in triangle AGT? Tan alpha. I can comfortably take tan alpha because tan alpha. What is tan alpha? Opposite by adjacent. So opposite side is nothing but the tower, which is h, height h. Adjacent is what? AG. Yes or no? Adjacent is AG. AG. Or we can say AG is equal to h by tan alpha. Or it can be taken as h cot alpha, because cot alpha and tan alpha are reciprocals, right? Cot and tan are reciprocals of each other. So we can say AG is equal to h cot alpha, right? AG, this complete length is h cot alpha. You getting it? Now, what will be BG? Try to calculate the length BG. The length BG can be taken as AG minus AB. You're able to follow? From the complete length AG, if I subtract AB, right, from this total length, if I subtract AB, I'll get BG. So BG can be taken as AG minus AB. What is AG? AG we have already calculated, h cot alpha. So h cot alpha minus AB, AB is given as x. So this is one equation, remember. First equation, right? We are calculating BG here. Now, consider one more triangle. Triangle BGT. What happens in triangle BGT? Angle is 2 alpha. Angle of elevation is 2 alpha, right? BGT. So we can say tan 2 alpha equals to opposite by adjacent. Opposite side is H. Adjacent side is what? BG. BG. So from this we can say BG is equal to H by tan 2 alpha. Yes or no? We cross multiply, we get BG equals to H by tan 2 alpha. H by tan 2 alpha can be taken as H of cot 2 alpha. Yes or no? This is equation number 2. Are you able to follow? So we have got two equations. First equation is BG equals to H cot alpha minus X. Second equation is BG equals to H cot 2 alpha. Now can we solve for these two equations? Yes. If you observe, we can now say that both are BG, right? So we can say H cot alpha minus X equals to H cot 2 alpha. From this you have to find out H. H in terms of X. If you observe, is asking us to find out the height H. In all the options, X is available. So don't try to eliminate X. X cannot be eliminated, right? X will be there. We'll have to just find out X multiplied with which trigonometric function and how much, alpha, 2 alpha, 3 alpha, and so on. So you'll have to now play with these two equations and apply various trigonometric formulae, identities to arrive at the answer, right? So I think I need some space to work on, but anyway, the idea is we are comparing 1 and 2 now, right? So from equations 1 and 2, I mean, you don't write all these steps in the exam, please, right? You'll not get 5 marks for this. You'll get only 1 mark. So we can say H cot alpha minus X equals to H cot 2 alpha. This is the key point. Now you'll have to work on this. Maybe you can convert back to tan alpha. You can say H by tan alpha minus X equals to H by tan 2 alpha. Then you know, right? Tan 2 alpha, double angle formula. Tan 2 alpha can be taken as 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha. Remember, tan 2 theta is 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. So maybe try using that or something else, right? Many ways are there. I mean, there's not, I would not say that there's only one way of getting it. I'm now clearing the diagram so that I can work on the remaining part of the solution here. So I'm just taking this equation. Now H cot alpha, if you look at this, from this we can say X is equal to H cot alpha minus H cot 2 alpha. Now simplify for this. So X is equal to H cos alpha by sin alpha minus H cos 2 alpha by sin 2 alpha. So we can say X is equal to, if you take H common, right? I'll take sin alpha, sin 2 alpha in the denominator as LCM. So what do we get? Cos alpha sin 2 alpha minus cos 2 alpha sin alpha. Now observe this top numerator, right? Cos alpha sin 2 alpha minus cos 2 alpha sin alpha. This is in which format? Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Remember, sin of A minus B is equal to sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. We are using this. Try to compare the numerator of that equation with this expansion. So it's actually in the form, right? Sin 2 alpha, cos alpha. Then cos 2 alpha, sin alpha. So what is A here? A is 2 alpha. What is B? Alpha. So the numerator can be reduced as what? We can say X is equal to H into sin of 2 alpha minus alpha. Sin of A minus B divided by sin alpha into sin 2 alpha. Now if you see sin 2 alpha minus alpha is sin alpha. So the sin alpha gets cancelled. We are left with what? X equals to H by sin 2 alpha. Which implies what is the height H? H will be equal to X into sin 2 alpha. X into sin 2 alpha. X into sin 2 alpha is option 2. That's your answer. Right? X equals to, H equals to X into sin 2 alpha. Cross multiplication, right? So final answer would be option 2. Option 2. Now, you may ask me a question. Are we expected to do this in the exam? Maybe yes. He's trying to trap you by giving such questions. So either you should have done these type of questions during practice so that it is easy for you to start solving it and close it quickly. All right? Even if it takes 1 minute, worth it. Maybe 1 minute you have solved a very complex one, right? But if you're not very confident, I would say just skip and go to the next one, right? Don't get trapped in such questions, right? Maybe one thing that can be done is you start assuming that alpha is 30. So this is 2 alpha is 60, 3 alpha is 90. 3 alpha is 90 means what? That point C that we had taken should be the bottom of the tower. if you're able to follow what I'm saying. And with some numerical values, you can verify, like what we have done in case of, what we have done in case of trigonometry and algebra, right? Put some random values in both question as well as the options and check which option satisfies the given condition in the question. So same thing can be done here. Venkatesh says, can we assume alpha equals to 15? Yes, you can assume alpha equals to 15. So 2 alpha becomes 30, 3 alpha becomes 45. But the point is, do you know what is tan 15? No, you don't know. You are not expected to remember what tan 15 is. So solving it using alpha as 15 may become complex. The easiest would be to take alpha as 30. So if this is 30 degrees, 2 alpha will become 60 degrees, 3 alpha will become 90 degrees. So basically this 3 alpha point is nothing but, this is point C, right? Point C is nothing but the bottom of the tower. See, tan 90 is not defined. Tan 90 is undefined basically. So it's like, infinite angle of elevation. It's like this, no? You're sitting, you're standing at the bottom of a tower. Can you see the top of a tower? No, it's not defined. You cannot see that. So basically we have to consider point C as the bottom of the tower. So 30 and 60 are given to you. Take some height h, find out x, and then see which of the options using that x and alpha will give you the correct height. Are you able to follow? Just one smart point that you have to remember is, when you take 3 alpha as 90, remember tan 90 is undefined. You cannot say point C is at a distance from the tower. Point C is nothing but the bottom of the tower. And then you can complete it, right? So now that I've done the traditional way of doing it, you can easily follow the smart method, right? Which is substitution of values there. Chalo, so that's about this one.